What the heck is going on, guys? What a day. Hi. How is everyone tonight? Welcome to a completely unplanned impromptu weirdo stream. It is January 21st, 2025. It is currently 8:22 p.m. Normally I would have already been streaming a significantly long time. Except that today was a really weird day. I'm just getting up and running, so people are starting to join both streams on Kick and YouTube, and I'm just going to hang out with you guys for a little bit, probably about an hour to an hour and a half tonight, to explain what happened today, because today was a really weird day, with all kinds of odds and ends and things that I ended up doing, because today, my internet went out all day, which is a rarity around here. Usually, my internet is incredibly consistent. Even if it kicks out or out of some noise in the line or whatever, it usually comes back relatively quickly. And doesn't seem to have too many problems, with its consistency. But today was completely the opposite experience. Today, basically, the internet was out almost the entirety of the day. Hold on. The autofocus has been giving me issues on these cameras. What I think I will do is I will always have them on manual focus. Unless I need to autofocus, then I'll turn the autofocus on. As you can see, I just made it clearer. Anyway, yeah, what a weird day. Today was supposed to be a full streaming day where I was going to do the Smart Guys commentary show with Ashton. We had talked last night about all kinds of ideas and things for today's show that we were planning. I watched Monday Night Raw. I took copious notes on Monday Night Raw for today's show. And I even have it now. Instead of having stupid notes, in like a pad and paper, I now actually have them all, digital. Right here on my phone, so I can easily just open this up and read the notes off during the show as we're going through each show, the different matches and things like that. It's a lot easier doing it this way than pen and paper. My handwriting's atrocious. It was actually getting tough to even read what I was writing for the shows. So I think this works better this way. But anyway, so yeah, it was supposed to be Smart Guys on the first stream, which actually was going to be a super show. And what I mean by that is it was supposed to be a double-length show where we were going to go at least 3 to 3.5 hours because we were talking about both Raw this week, but also AEW wrestling, which I watched Dynamite and Collision this week, and we were going to talk about our first thoughts about that on the show. And then tonight was supposed to be Street Fighter 6. Me playing with E Honda. I did a really good stream on Friday night with E Honda. That went really well. And I wanted to get back into it and play more with him tonight. But sometimes things do not go the way that you plan. So here's what happened. I went to sleep. Okay. And I wake up in the morning and my wife is going out the door to go to work. So she's like, running out the door. And I wake up and I'm using the restroom, and I pop open my phone to see what's going on for the day. And I have no internet. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on, because it says 5G, which basically means you're using the wireless network, the satellite network for your cell phone, as opposed to your home network. And I'm looking all around and, this isn't connected. I walk into the office here. This isn't connected. So both of my modems are down. I have a modem downstairs in my living room, and that's the wireless network for my whole house. So that's for my phones, the RGB lights, the wireless devices and everything in this room, for the Amazon Fire Stick that we have in the living room and all the streaming services. They all go through that modem, while the modem in my office is literally only for streaming and uploading. That's it. It's completely separate from everything else. So, yeah, it's just very weird because, oh, by the way, you're right. Someone just said, oh, look, his bar says the Smart Guys goal and all that. You're right. This is wrong. We'll just change this briefly for tonight, although I'd be shocked if anyone contributes at all. Seriously, I'd be shocked if anyone contributes at all tonight. which really sucks because we were 2 goals away from hitting DSP tries it, which I wanted to do tomorrow. I wanted to do it tomorrow because that was going to be perfect. We'll talk about this in a second. But, my wife works tomorrow, and the whole idea was we hit the goals today. Tomorrow we can order the Chick-fil-A and have it after the first stream. And my wife doesn't have to cook. But now it looks like everything's screwed up because of Comcast. Well, not really, because it really wasn't their fault. I'll tell you in a second. So anyway, the internet was down this morning. I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I open up all my stuff. And basically I've gotten multiple emails and texts, both from Comcast this morning, stating that there is a giant outage in my area. It's not even just small. It's like several cities and towns and things near me, tons of zip codes. So like 10 different zip codes had no internet, this morning. Now this happened several years ago. And back then the report was that it was vandalism. Okay, someone had gone up on a pole and just cut the internet lines. And I'm like, well, that's awful, obviously, and there's not much that you could do about that. But, that was years ago, and basically everyone was out of internet for a day. And by the way, there was no compensation or anything given for it. Just everyone had no internet for a day. And I remember the same thing kind of happened, where I couldn't stream and everyone was disappointed. And basically, guess what? The same thing has happened. Someone vandalized the cable lines somewhere in my state, and because of that, everyone lost internet for a day. So now I have to ask the question, right? If it happened once, and it was just a random thing, okay, I kind of get it. But now it's happened again. This is a whole other day where everyone in my state lost internet because someone is committing vandalism. So is Comcast actually going to do something about it this time? Or are we going to pretend like we just trust that people won't keep doing it? You know what I mean? Like, at this point, you have to think, are they ever going to have redundancies to stop so that if someone cuts an internet line, everyone's internet doesn't go out in the state? Are they ever going to make it so that there's protection so someone can't just climb a pole and cut an internet line? Because at this point, it's getting ridiculous. One time is the freak occurrence. All right, now we've got to repeat. So now what's going to happen is you're going to get endless amounts of copycats who are going to be like, oh, I could just disrupt the whole state just because I can. I'm going to do it. And they're going to start doing this shit. So they better fucking get on the shit before they get sued into oblivion, because I hate to tell them, but they have to provide the service that they're contracted to provide. Doesn't matter if someone's a vandal or not. If this happens more often, they will get sued. And then they're going to lose a ton of money. Anyway, so this morning, I have no internet. And I'm like, well, this really sucks. Let me think what I should or shouldn't do. Okay? So I'm thinking in my head, let's say I get no internet all day. What could I do today? And I start running things through my head. Well, today is actually payday. I'm supposed to get paid by YouTube today. Did I? So the good news is I do have internet on my phone because it's satellite internet, the cell phone internet. And I jump on there. It's not great, by the way. It's very, very finicky and spotty. So sometimes it'll work fluidly and other times it won't work at all. So I jumped on and I was able to access, my bank app, and it said, yes, indeed, I did get paid by YouTube today. Okay, good. So what I can do is I could sit down and pay all my bills for the month coming out. And I can actually, I have a schedule that I use to basically show all my financial responsibilities, when they're due and things like that. And I do every few months. I queue it up for the next few months, and I had to do that. So I could just draw my whole big thing up for the next couple of months, and that could be something that I do today. In addition, I just received word from my tax preparation, company that they want to start work on my taxes for the year. And so they sent me the agreement. I signed and agreed that they're going to do my taxes this year. And basically it's a big questionnaire about what you did last year and blah, blah, blah. And all this stuff that's initially needs to be filled out in order to start work on my taxes. And it's a lot of shit that not only do I have to download, but I have to print out, sign, fill out, scan back, and send back, upload and everything. And I'm like, well, you know what? I could work on that stuff today. But then I said, wait a minute, shit, no, I can't if I have no internet. How am I going to do all that? And I said, I remembered I have this guy when I signed up for my current internet package. Okay? I didn't even know I was getting this. But now I'm actually glad that I did. I didn't ask for it. They just kind of roped me into it without asking me. But this is a backup wireless modem that connects to a 4G cell phone network and provides internet to everything in my house in the instance that my regular internet lines go down. Now, it's incredibly slow. It's 4G. You can't upload it with it. Like, I could never upload a video with this. I could never stream with this. It's just not good enough. But you could do basic things with it. So I hooked it up, got it connected to the wireless network, the satellite network, plugged it into my PC, and lo and behold, I was actually able to do normal stuff. Fairly, slow. Like, for example, I was trying to download something that was 200 megabytes, and it took me like 25 minutes, because that's how slow it is. It's that bad. But at least what this is supposed to be is a backup for like a point of sale system. Let's say your store loses internet, but you still need to do business. This is like the backup where you could still take, payments and stuff like that. But it's not meant for uploading, streaming. It's nowhere near fast enough. So the good news is, I was able to use this today to do basic stuff. So what I did is I contacted, Ashton. I told him the situation, and the good news is he's confirmed he can do Smart Guys tomorrow. So, Smart Guys did not take place today. It will take place tomorrow over on DSP Reacts, and of course on the Kick streaming channel, DSP Gaming Real. At 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, we were going to be covering AEW. We're going to be covering WWE. It's a double super show. I hope that you guys will show up, engage in support with the show. Apologies, it couldn't be on the day it was supposed to be. I hope this doesn't mean now that the show gets hurt because of it. All right, I hope that people will still show up for it, okay? So, what did I do today? Literally what I just told you. All right, after I woke up and had my breakfast with a coffee and I fed Jasper Kitty, came up here and got this sucker booted up and working. It's modem. And connected to the internet, sat around it. Basically, it took about an hour to get through all my bills and stuff for the month, and I drew up the new schedule, the stuff I need to do. It took probably about another hour to do all the stuff with the taxes where I had to, get the engagement agreement, scan, and it was the first time ever that I actually used my printer to do multiple pages scanning. It has this flatbed scanner, but it also has an auto feed scanner on the top. So first time I'm ever using it. I have like 8 pages that I need to scan. I put it in immediate paper jam because eats the shit out of the top piece of paper. It's like, whoa, what a great first experience with this sucker. It just sucked that thing right in at the wrong angle and just clogged right the hell up. Luckily, it was able to open easily, get the paper out, flatten everything, and get it back in there. So I got that done. So it took about maybe 2 hours of work just there doing that stuff. And then while that was happening, my socks arrived because, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I now have a new wide angle shot, which I actually could have done this way. Look at that. It's a slow fade if I do it that way. You like the new wide-angle shot. So with the wide-angle shot, you can now see my legs, which you never could see before, right? They were never visible. But now with this wide-angle shot, people were weirded out because they said, we could see your feet. And they noticed that my feet were bare. They were like, dude, you don't have anything on your feet. You're barefoot. And I was like, yeah, I seriously always stream barefoot. I always have. It's just this thing, like, I don't usually wear socks indoors. I wear slippers when I walk around the house, but I don't wear socks. So people were like, dude, you can't be showing off your feet on stream. You gotta get socks. So I did. So I ordered a whole bunch of socks that arrived today. And here's the first one. You ready? Look at that. Look at that. I told you I have giant feet. Look at the size of this thing. It's like a fish, like a marlin, flopping out of the water. Look at it. So look at this sock right here. Like that sock? Like, how about this one? You like this sock? Yeah. You like them? Here you go. So I got 3 different sets of socks, 2 of which have bamboo threads. These actually are the bamboo threads, one of them. Okay, these are short. These only go just around the ankle. I got ones that go a little bit higher than these. And then I also got merino wool socks. All right. And these are very basic. So they look a little nice, but they're kind of basic. I have ones that are crazy colors. I got a pack that's like rainbow ass colors, like blue and green and orange and bright color. You'll see when I start wearing these. All right. So yeah. So now when I go to my widescreen shot, you'll be able to see my socked foot under here. Instead of seeing my disgusting bare foot, you'll see socks every day. Okay, so I hope that I will not discuss to all of you here on my streams now because I bought some socks. So I washed them. I threw them all into the wash and dryer. I washed them and did all that today. Okay. What else did I do? I did something else too. I'm trying to remember what else I did. We got our first contribution of the night from Anus. I haven't even mentioned contributions at all. But guys, I didn't stream today at all, so it would be nice if you like my content, if you could support the stream tonight. I would appreciate it. I really doubt we're hitting any goals in the next hour. I'm only streaming for about 1 hour from now, so I'll probably stream to like 9:45-ish tonight. We'll hang out for an hour here. But yeah, if you want to support the stream, by all means, please do. It would help a lot because I didn't get to stream today. 2 canceled streams really hurts and sucks when we were supposed to hit our goals. And DSP tries it tomorrow and out looks like we can't do it, which really sucks. It is what it is. So there you Anus. The first contribution is from Anus. I'm up on the leaderboard here. I have much more to tell you about today, by the way, for the record. I did a lot today. Okay. So I'm going to tell you all about the stuff I did in a second. Why can't I find the apostrophe? I seriously can't find it. There it is. I'm being stupid. So Anus with a $10 super chat to start off tonight, and then Big Boss with a $2 super chat says, thanks for classing it up and wearing some dang socks. Well, there you go. Yes, now I'm not even kidding you. Guess how many I bought? You ready for this? 18 pairs. One set is actually 6 pairs, but it's only 3 colors, but the others are 6 colors and 6 colors. So I have like a ton of socks to wear for variety on the streams now. So yeah, you can stare at my socks. Every single time that we go wide angle, you can see my new socks for the day that I'll be wearing down here. I know you'll be very excited to see what color of sock I'm wearing every single day. And I'll make it a point every day to lift up my foot on camera and show you what socks I'm wearing. Very exciting stuff. Okay? There you go. Okay, so thank you guys. Thank you, Anus. Thank you, Big Boss. Anything appreciated tonight. Some gifted subs on Kick, some memberships, super chats, tips, anything, please, guys, would all be very, very, very much appreciated. Since I lost out on all day today, All right, Haseo, 44 months as a member. Glad to see your internet's back. Looking forward to the Dino Crisis playthrough tomorrow. There is no Dino Crisis playthrough tomorrow. That's my problem. Now my whole schedule is screwed up. Because I had no internet today, literally everything's screwed up. All right, which I'm going to tell you in a minute, so stick around. I'm going to tell you the new schedule and everything for the week. There is no Dino Crisis tomorrow. I can't do it because now everything got bumped. Okay? So I got bad news, guys. I'm going to hold on. I got the bad news. I'll share the bad news with you, okay? This poor little guy, this little resilient webcam that I used since the summer when someone donated it to improve my setup, and we really liked it, It just doesn't work anymore. I tried everything today because I had time to mess with it. So I tried updating the camera software because this camera software had an update. That didn't fix it. I actually tried manually downloading a firmware update that they claimed would fix the issue with Windows 11. I manually loaded the firmware into the camera by hooking it up and touching it. This is actually a touch sensor button, and you can manually program the camera in order to get a firmware update in it. I put the firmware in it. It still doesn't work. What happens is it just turns on, and then immediately there's a malfunction with Windows 11, and it turns itself right back off. It only functions as an audio input only. It doesn't let you take video anymore. So I'm really sad about this because I like this camera, and I was hoping to fix it, and I was going to put this camera with a wide-angle shot, because this camera has the AI that auto-focuses and follows you around the room. Imagine if I could get up right now and move around, and the camera would follow me as I walked through the room. It would. That's what this camera was good for. That's what it was doing. But it doesn't work anymore. It just, with this Windows update that they did, does not allow this to be a video input device anymore. It completely bricked it. Like I said, it only works as an audio device, not as a video device. So I tried literally everything, and it won't work. The only way to get it to work would be to go on a computer that doesn't have the Windows update. That's it. So I'm gonna hold on to it. Okay, but just in case they ever figure this out, because they claimed they figured it out, and that's why this had a firmware update and why the software had an update. It didn't fix the problem at all. So it's pretty sad. I don't want to say goodbye to this cute little guy. He's a cute little webcam. Look, he's wiggling his head. Look, he's wiggling his head around. I can't get it to work. Okay. It sucks. So what can you do? I spent like an hour on this. So basically, instead of doing a first stream today, I spent an hour doing my bills and my schedule. I spent an hour doing the tax stuff. I spent an hour trying to get that webcam working. And I also washed 18 pairs of socks. That was my time that I would have done my first stream today. My wife came home around 3:30, 3:45 p.m. Pacific time. And she comes in and she's like, "What are you doing downstairs?" And I was like, "I got nothing to do upstairs. The internet's out." So we both looked it up collectively. And at that point, that's when they had actually posted up the article online that this was the second instance of vandalism where someone climbed an actual telephone pole and cut the internet line, damaged it. And now they had to basically replace all the line in the area. And to do that, it takes time. So they were originally saying that my internet would have been up by 7 p.m. tonight, but then later in the day they updated and said, "Oh, it ain't going to be ready till midnight." So sadly, I didn't have any time to do any gameplay, right? You know, if it didn't come back at 7, I would have played Street Fighter tonight, like I should have, but I couldn't, I didn't know when it was going to come back. And actually it didn't come back until after 8. Right now it's 8:45 p.m. So there just wasn't enough time to do a gameplay stream tonight, okay? So in the fall of 2023, something incredibly shocking was determined. All of a sudden, in late 2023, my internet kept getting messed with. Like my modem kept resetting itself, and I kept having issues with my internet. So one day, a tech came over here, okay, from Comcast, and explained to me where to look on the modem for the logs of people who are doing stuff with the modem. And we looked at the logs together. And as we're staring at the logs, we determined it was a Comcast employee who was messing with my internet. They were going into my modem without my permission, which is illegal for the record, unless they're instructed to do so by someone for a technical reason, which was not the case. They were renaming and enabling my wireless networks and naming it insulting things so that people in my neighborhood would see a wireless network that has a really disgusting name on it. They were also just sitting there hitting the reboot button over and over. So I would stream, and right in the middle of a critical moment, they would hit the reboot button. They actually did it during my side scrollers interview. When I was in a critical moment talking to Craig about WWE champions, they purposefully hit the reset button to disrupt the interview. Okay? Of course now but everyone's accusing me like I did it. Like, I quit the interview and stuff when that's not what happened. Okay? So after we determined that this is what was going on, all right, they did their internal investigation and they fired the employee. Now, I don't know if the employee actually got in trouble with the law because it was illegal what they did, and Comcast very well had rights to prosecute this person. Big Boss did a $2 super chat and says, "Did Comcast ever compensate you for that BS? Let me put it this way. I can't fully tell you anything because if I do, basically it would kind of screw it up. Let's put it that way. And it's not, let me put it this way. No, they're not paying me. But basically I got some special treatment to prevent my internet to be messed with again. That's all I'm going to say. But if I tell you what it is, it would screw it up. So obviously I don't want to do that. Okay. But that's why if you haven't noticed, nothing has happened to my internet at all in the last year and a half. I pretty much am, pretty good. And by the way, if anything did happen again, I would sue the living fuck out of them because I had the rights to, and we'll see. Zach just did a $10 super chat. He says, "Phil, I'm loving the foot cam. We consider doing a donation goal to take off her socks and put on fun socks. Would love to see those footsies during a heated Street Fighter 6 session." Perhaps if you contribute tonight, all right, I will go widescreen and I will change my socks for you. Because let me tell you, I have some crazy looking socks now. I've got bright blue, dark blue, very shades of green, orange, red. I'm serious. I have weird socks now, like really weird. I have merino wool socks that have patterns on the top. They're crazy stuff. So if you contribute tonight, maybe you'll see some socks. How about that? How about if you get me to the goal tonight? Get me to the goal tonight. We'll get some sockage. Maximum sockage. What do you think about that? Instead of this boring foot right here, you'll get some maximum sockage. Okay. That's what I said though. You missed it. At the very beginning of the stream, I said, this is the second time this has happened in 2 years. This happened about 1.5 years ago as well. Exact same situation where a vandal climbed the line and destroyed an internet line and then everyone lost internet for a day. And, everyone has to suffer for it. Why is there nothing stopping this exactly? Because now what's going to happen is if this keeps happening, people realize they can get away with it. They're just going to keep doing it. Why are they doing it? Who fucking knows? There probably is no reason. They're just nuts. So if they can get away with it, they'll just do it again. Someone has to have some kind of consequence for destroying the internet line. So what are they going to do about it? They better do something. Because like I said, if they don't, people are going to start suing them. People are going to start suing them and be like, no, we're paying for a service. You can't shut down everyone's business for a whole day. Like, here's the thing. I have this backup modem, right? So was I able to do stuff today? Yes. But was it my work? No. It was paying bills and doing my schedule, personal schedule. It was my tax stuff, which yes, I have to do, but I didn't have to do it today. I was supposed to work today, right? So this is nice for a business that's a brick and mortar business that needs to do point of sale transactions and their internet goes out. This is their backup, right? For me, this is not even close to being sufficient. So they need to just fix the fucking internet or have redundancies. There's some weirdo climbs a line and cuts a fucking internet line that somehow the internet still works because they got a backup plane. That's like saying for power, if the power goes out in one place, there's no redundancy. Well, there's redundancies for power. It doesn't always work, but they do have a backup. So why don't they have it for internet? They're rich as fuck. You have to understand something. Comcast is one of the most affluent companies in the United States of America. They are rolling in dough. They make insane amounts of profits every year. There is no excuse for them to not have redundancies in their infrastructure so the internet doesn't go out because some nut job goes up on a line and starts gnawing on the fucking line like a chipmunk. And then everyone loses internet. They're out of their fucking minds. Just like that. That's how they do it. Anyway.
Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you on the next one.